Welcome to the Sales Lab.
What is technical sales? What do we mean when we say technical sales? What does it look like for Daily Thermetrics?
So we're one of two companies under the Daily Instruments brand. So like I said earlier, Thermal Control does aerospace, Department of Defense, that type of thermocouple instrumentation, temperature instrumentation, and we do the broader process industry. So cut our teeth in refining, but over the last 20, 30 years, really branched into LNG, midstream, petrochemical, renewables, really the instrumentation that goes throughout the plant, from really kind of standard monitoring stuff to all the way up to extremely critical safety instruments. So that kind of stuff is right.
And the common core here is temperature.
Yep. So it's just temperature, and that's something that does, we stand out a little bit in regards with just our scope of supply being temperature. So, in our space, there's gigantic mega corporations that are just broad instrumentation companies that do flow, that do level, that do pressure, that do radar, that also do temperature. And they're very skilled at all of those things, but we've said no to all the other genres of instrumentation that are used inside these plants to become absolutely deadly and experts in the temperature instrumentation space, because it's such a critical piece that these refiners use, or these LNG operators, whatever the plant operators use to control their process, not only from a safety standpoint, right, but also from a market efficiency standpoint. It's all about taking some sort of feedstock. It goes in the reactor at one end, it comes out the other end, either as a final product or on its way to be further refined or further converted into something. And temperature is an absolutely essential piece to make sure that equipment's running safely, that conversions are happening, that they're ultimately making money, right? That they can bring a product to market to their customers, because they have obligations and contracts that they fulfilled, and they're relying on their vendors to make sure their plants are running safely, and that we're giving them instrumentation that's going to able to facilitate that entire process. The sales organization within our space, or within industrial sales, Daily is unique, I would say, mainly in the sense that we put a tremendous amount of emphasis on our salespeople being extremely technically sound. The way that I manage my sales team, and then the other managers in our different areas of the global market manage their teams, are the salespeople are really the first filter between the customer and our inside team, or between Daily as a whole and the customer. So technical questions are vetted first by the salesperson right there in the plant, or in the engineering company's office, right? So being able to provide sound technical advice, technical guidance to these operators, to our customers, with just the salesperson, is a huge advantage for us. And it allows us to get ahead of our competition by, instead of having to say, oh, well, let me check on that, I can put you in contact with someone that knows that answer. They can give it right there and provide immediate on the spot guidance and advice, resource, whatever the case may be, to lead to a sale. Because a lot of our sales, at least when we're talking about doing technical sales at the plant level, a lot of it is based on, okay, you're right here. Can you provide a solution right now? Can we go out in the field and look at it right now? If that salesperson is competent and confident to go out and do that, they're ultimately going to get the sale. So we really preach to our sales team before they even go out in the field to understand how these refining process units work, or these LNG plants, or these chemical plants work, how they're using temperature, to understand the mindset that a lot of our customers have from a really technical standpoint, being what are they doing with the data that our temperature devices are giving them to ultimately run their plants, and have that mindset and how our stuff works integrated with their system. Unit specific stuff, things like that, really gives us an advantage, rather than us being kind of a middleman and doing the business side of things. Like, I can put a quote together for you. Sure. We want to be able to say, I can solve that problem for you and be a direct part of your team, really an extension of your technical team. I can also provide a quote for you and make a sale, right? Because that's what we're trying to do. But really, our first goal when we're having these sort of conversations with any customer is to establish confidence that they should establish confidence in us, and in Daily as a whole, in our technical capabilities. Because our product, they can get our product at a variety of different vendors, but they can't get our expertise. And that's what really sets us apart.